up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am so excited. I'm even wearing my fall shirt because we are gonna do all the fall things. I feel like I've said that in a lot of videos, but as I've also said in a lot of videos, fall is my favorite season. So we're just going with it, and today we are going to be cooking tons of goodies and I'm so excited. So in today's video, not only am I going to be making a sign, a DIY sign. I went to Lowe's last night. We had quite the time. I couldn't figure out what I needed, but I got it. So we are going to be making a sign for above my bed. It's not fall, but I thought I would include it because it's going to be super fun. We are also going to be making the pumpkin cream cold foam to go on top of my coffee. I'm honestly so shocked that I'm this perky this early because I haven't had my coffee yet. I've had some lemon water with apple cider vinegar in it. Other than that, haven't had my coffee yet, so we need to get to doing that. The other thing that we are going to be doing today is making a healthy pumpkin bread. I'm so excited to do that too, and then I might make some apple cider as well. That is to be determined. It depends on what all you need because I have apples. I don't know about the rest of it, but I do really want to make that too while the apples are really fresh and good. I'm going to take you guys along with me for the day. I am also working today. It is a Wednesday, so I'm going to make my pumpkin cream cold foam to go on my coffee, and then I am going to get to work for a while, and then later in the day we will be making our sign and we will be cooking all the things, and I am just so excited and so happy to be bringing you guys with me today. If you have not already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn my post notifications on so that you can see all of the fun content that I post. I am craving coffee. I'm craving something pumpkin, so let's go make it. Okay, so I'm at my little coffee station. I'm leaning over so that I'm coming to you guys instead of having to move my tripod around. Basically, all you do for this is froth some. I've seen a lot of people use heavy cream with vanilla sweetener and pumpkin, but what I'm going to do, a little hack for you guys, I am not going to put vanilla in it. I am just going to use my tried and true. This is my favorite creamer ever, guys. Seriously, this is so good. It is the Coffee Mate sugar-free Italian sweet cream, and it is non-dairy, so that is great. It is non-dairy, lactose-free, cholesterol-free, and gluten-free, and only 15 calories for a tablespoon. I really, really love this, honestly. Like, my family probably gets so annoyed with me when I lived at home because if I didn't have this creamer, I was like a monster, because if we like ran out or something and I didn't have time to go to the store and we didn't have it, I was just like so groggy. This creamer is incredible. So we're just going to mix this with a little bit of pumpkin, some pumpkin spice, and then put it on top of our coffee. I will put the exact measurements on the screen for you guys. Okay, so it is a little later now and we are going to start the apple cider. I'm starting it pretty early in the day so that way it can really steep and get really flavorful and have all of the flavors of the different seasonings and apples get in there. We are going to start that. I will start getting out the ingredients so that I can show you guys. This is a healthier apple cider. It does not have sugar. A lot of the recipes that I saw have quite a bit of sugar in it, and I don't want to do that. I want this to be something that I don't have to feel bad about drinking. Not that you should feel bad about having sugary drinks. I would just prefer to not. We're gonna get started on that and I will get out all the ingredients. Now that we have all of our ingredients, that's literally all you have to do is cut it all up, add it to a pot, and then let it simmer on the stove for however long you would like. I think that at minimum you need to do 2 hours, if not more. I am going to try to do it as long as I can. It really just depends on how flavorful and how intense you want the apple flavor to be, but I really like mine kind of stronger. I'm going to do mine a little bit longer than I think you have to. I am going to get to adding all of this in a pot. I will obviously pop the recipe up on here with exact measurements for you guys. Okay, it is already looking and smelling so good so far. So now I'm just gonna get a little wooden spoon and mix all of this goodness up so that it all distributes before we pop it on the stove. This is also the biggest pan that I had, so it is really full. I got a pot and pan set for my birthday from my sister, but I need some like odds and ends ones that are like a little bit bigger and some different sizes too. This works out perfectly because this lasts for about 7 to 10 days in the refrigerator, and so I didn't want to make a ton. So now I'm just going to pop this on the stove and let it simmer for a few hours. I literally cannot even explain to you how incredible our whole apartment smells. It smells so good in here. It smells like fall. It smells, I can't even explain, like our whole apartment smells like apple cider, and I am just so freaking excited and happy, and oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. These apples are starting to soften, and look at the color. Oh my gosh, I am just so excited for how this is turning out. I think that adding honey, or the imitation honey that I had, was a really good idea. I think that if I made this again, I would get real like organic honey. But if you watched my grocery haul vlog, I talked about I didn't really love that sugar-free imitation honey that I got. I honestly don't even know why I got that in the first place. It was just like one of the first things that I saw, so I grabbed it. But this was, I think, a good way to use that in something where it's just being used as a sweetener and I don't have the full honey taste, so that I don't have to waste that whole jar, but it's getting put to use in something that will still taste good, since I'm not like in love with that honey taste. But I'm so excited. This looks absolutely incredible and it smells amazing. Okay, we are back and it is pumpkin bread time. I'm so excited. I say that phrase so much. One day I'm just gonna get like merch that says I'm so excited on it, but you know what? That's what YouTube is for. YouTube makes me excited. Anyways, so we are going to get to making the pumpkin bread. I will run you guys through the ingredients. Okay, so first off, I am going to be using almond flour. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough, but I do have more in the cabinet. This is just leftover from the cute little canisters that I made that I will show you guys. We did this, and I think it looks so good. So this is almond flour. I'll pull from that if I need any more. So we are going to be using almond flour. We need 2 eggs. We are going to be using the rest of the pumpkin that we pulled for our pumpkin cream this morning. Some dark chocolate chips. I know that this has dairy. This is one of those things that once I get through this bag, I will get some dairy free for the future, but I'm not gonna waste it since I'm not vegan or anything. I'm just staying away from dairy for my stomach. Then we are using some almond milk. I personally like unsweet. Just a little bit of salt. I have the pink Himalayan rock salt. We are going to be hopefully using up most of this little honey jar that I was talking about earlier. Some pumpkin spice, and then vegetable oil. And like I said before, I will obviously pop up the recipe for you guys. We are going to also preheat our oven. Our apple cider is still going. So we are going to cook this at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. So I'm going to turn our oven on. 350. Don't forget to preheat your ovens, because I forget to preheat my oven all the time and then I get really annoyed with myself. Also, little update on our apple cider. So as you guys can probably tell, it's starting to look pretty mushy, which is actually what we want. And I would suggest, so we're gonna strain this later. So I've been mushing it. If you don't have cheesecloth, I would not mush it, because then if you do mush it and don't have cheesecloth, you're gonna get like some chunks. We're gonna be straining ours through cheesecloth, so we'll be able to get all of this yucky stuff out. I shouldn't even say yucky. It honestly would probably taste pretty good, not gonna lie. But this is the update. It is looking great. I'm so excited to try it. I think we have been at this for about 2 hours now. So I think we're gonna leave it for maybe like 2 more hours. Test it. Maybe I'll try it after like 1 hour, but we'll see. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna work on is making the sign for above our bed. Basically what I did was I went to Lowe's and they had this piece of like white pressed wood. Okay, so they had this at Lowe's. It was a $10 like pressed piece of plywood. It was super cheap, so that's good. And then what I did, you guys probably can't tell, it was already white, but last night I went over with just some like regular acrylic like craft paint and painted a coat, because I think that the markers that I'm gonna use to write what I'm writing on here will stick better to a coat of this paint instead of just the white plywood. So I also bought hooks to go on the back so that we could hang it above the bed without it falling. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the hooks on now. Then what we are going to do is do the stenciling on there and then paint a black border around here, because I did really want to get black trim to actually put on here, but Lowe's does not cut trim for you. And I obviously do not have anything to cut the trim myself. I'm going to take you guys into the living room with me, and then we are gonna put the hangers on the back first. I'm going to be honest with you guys, getting those little hanger things on the back was quite a process. It's okay because they're on and that's what matters. We got it done, we measured it all so that it'll be even, and now we are going to get to writing the words on there and then doing the black border, and then it will be done and we can hang it up. Okay, so I have lots of updates. First of all, this is how it turned out. I seriously think it's so cute. I'm gonna do the black border, and then I don't think you guys can see it, but I can see my old pencil marks in certain places. So I'm gonna go back through and try to cover that with white paint. Also, more exciting news. I'm done with the apple cider. I think I'm gonna leave it, and it has gotten pretty thick, so I think that what I'm gonna do is see how like powerful the taste of the apples is, and then once I decide if it's strong or not, I might add a little bit more water. But also, hello heaven, the pumpkin bread came out, so now we're just waiting for it to cool. Okay, so next for our apple cider, I've got a mixing bowl, a strainer, our cheesecloths back here, and then our apple cider. So I am just going to take the lid off and then strain it through this, and then we will try it, see if we want to add more water, and then strain it to the cheesecloth. I actually think I'm going to add the water last, if we even do that, just because I don't want to have to strain it more water than I need to through the cheesecloth. Do this very slowly so that it doesn't splatter everywhere, which it seems to be doing anyways. So this seems very thick, which is actually a good thing because I kind of want to add some water to it. But what we're gonna do now is just press the rest of this because there is so much liquid in here still that we want to get. Okay, so I've pushed that down as much as I can. This looks really concentrated. So I'm gonna put this back over the pot, get some of this. Be prepared to clean up after. So now we are going to try this. Keep in mind, I did make a very small batch, so you can double this if you want more. Still looks really hot. Yum, okay, it's really good. Because I don't want to try to strain it into what I am gonna store it in because it's too small, I'm just gonna pour it back in here. Okay, so I have the washed colander, a bowl, and then the cheesecloth that we're now going to strain this through. Hopefully this isn't a hot mess. And be careful you don't squeeze it too much because as you can probably see in here, some of it's starting to come out and we don't want that. Oh my gosh, I know that this bowl looks like a hot mess, but look at how good that looks. So now what I'm gonna do is take my bowl of apple cider and put it into this super cute container. I got this from IKEA and I've been trying to figure out what to use for it, and I think this is perfect. It's so cute. So we're gonna do that, and then I will see. It's really concentrated, but it's not so concentrated you can't drink it. So I'm gonna see how much I get in that jar and then decide if I want to add a little bit of extra water to it or not. Okay, there's not any reason that somebody should be this excited about apple cider, but how cute is this? I'm so obsessed. I did add some water, obviously, and I think that it's perfect now. I'm so excited. And now we are going to shoot some pictures, some videos for the thumbnail. I taste tested it, obviously. You guys saw me do that. It's really good, so I will have a full cup with Ricky when he gets home. Okay, now that my photo shoot with the food is over, I am finally sitting down. Yes, I'm literally going to eat it off of what I took the pictures on. And I'm going to eat a piece. I'm gonna eat the end piece. I haven't eaten today either, and it is 3:30. I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous because if this isn't good, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, I'm just gonna I don't know if I should. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. Yeah, I can't even speak. I followed a recipe that I saw on TikTok, except the recipe that I made is pretty different. There's a lot of different ingredients in it, but I based the idea off of the one I saw on TikTok. Mine is a little bit more dense because of the almond. I think it's because of the almond flour. I also kind of like it that way. I think that dense bread fills me up more. I really like fluffy bread too. But guys, this is so good and I'm so proud of myself. My mom's gonna be so proud of me and my grandma. I'm just so happy. Now the only thing that I have left to do today is finish that sign. I would say that it has been quite the successful day. I'm gonna finish eating this now, and I don't even know if I'm gonna leave this spot. I am literally so happy with how this turned out. The black border worked so much better than I thought it was going to. Although this suitcase will not be staying there, I seriously think that this turned out so well, and honestly it's like perfect size for what we were going for, and I love it. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. I don't know if I'll keep it forever just because I do think you can kind of tell that it's a DIY, but honestly for how quickly I did it and for like $14 for the piece of wood and the hangers on the back, I'm pretty happy with it. Very, very happy with how this turned out. Okay guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this fall filled day. I honestly had so much fun, and I used to think that I like could not cook at all. So today I proved myself wrong because I'm very happy with how everything came out. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.